Hello everyone, today I'm going to review the FeyuTech Scorp 2. I already reviewed the Scorp 2 Mini and now it's time for its bigger brother. The Scorp 2, just like the Mini, has AI tracking and it is one of the best on the market, as you will see later. I think the gimbals we can find today are all very good, and the one we choose should be the one that packs the most features and checks all our boxes. Not everyone wants the same thing from a gimbal. So let's see how many interesting features the Scorp 2 packs. One feature I like are these two markings that will help you after you balance your gimbal to know exactly where the lines should be. Just put the red dot where you need it to be and next time it will be easier to balance your gimbal. Let's start with build quality. At the bottom of the gimbal we have a tripod mount where you can install a mini tripod and handle. The mini tripod is very well built compared to the one on the Mini 2. Also, you can put a Scorp 2 on a flat surface without the tripod handle, because it has these two foldable legs. You open them and it stands perfectly on a flat surface. The actual gimbal grip is very nice, it is rubberized and feels and fits very well in the hand, better than most gimbals in my opinion. Near the front of the grip you have the power button, which is easily accessible if you use your right hand, and so are the trigger button and this customizable wheel, and these two A-B buttons, these are customizable as well. Also, near the grip and in front of the gimbal and above the trigger you can find an USB Type-C port for charging. The gimbal supports fast charging. This is a great feature to have. And the battery of the Scorp 2 is close to 13 hours, but this will depend on how you use the gimbal and the payload. With heavy use I got around 9 hours, but as I said, it depends on many factors. On the left side above the grip there is an FPV button and a control switch button. With this one you can change what the customizable wheel does. You can use it to pan, tilt or roll. Also, the wheel feels very nice, made from metal, and can come in handy in many situations. The gimbal has metal locks for the axis, and so far, while testing the gimbal for the past month, they are the best I've seen. On the sling part of the handle you can find the record button, a mode button and the touch LCD screen. You know I'm not a fan of touch screens on gimbals, but this one is decent and the menu is very fast to navigate. Also, here you can find a joystick that can be customized and I found it very nice to use while I used the gimbal. On the sides you can find two function buttons that can come in handy. The F2 is set up as back in the menu or to lock the screen. The sling part of the grip has a nice rubberized grip on it and it is a lot better than the one on the Scorp 2 Mini, feeling sturdy because of the quality plastic FeyuTech used here. The arms of the gimbal are made from metal. Well, almost all the upper parts are made from metal. And here is a feature I like about this gimbal. The locks of the arms are circular and not your typical locks. You rotate them in one direction to loosen them and in the other to tighten them. You can also mount the camera vertically in case you need such footage, and it is quite simple, as you can see here. You can also connect the gimbal to cameras via Bluetooth, but sadly I could not connect it to my Fujifilm camera. Well, so far I couldn't connect any gimbal to my Fujifilm camera, so I don't think it's FeyuTech's fault, but I could easily connect my Nikon ZF. But don't worry, you can connect it to your Fujifilm camera with a cable and works just fine. There is a list with compatible cameras and it seems most Sony cameras can connect to it. Canon cameras and some Nikon ones. While this gimbal does not have an integrated bicolor fill light, FeyuTech provides one for purchase that can be installed magnetically on the gimbal. You also get this protective carrying case that feels nice and durable. In the case you will find all the cables and accessories you need, including the counterweight that can come in handy for longer lenses, and this module here that you can attach to the gimbal and add other accessories to it like a monitor. So the feature that makes this gimbal stand out is the so-called AI tracking. It seems these features are becoming popular these days. I know some of you don't like things like this, but there is something impressive about it that is not the gesture control, it's how well this gimbal tracks you. I've tested AI cameras, some that got on the channel, some that didn't, and the tracking on the Scorp 2 and Mini 2 beats all of those. Yes, it is that good, so congrats to FeyuTech for a job well done. And now let's get to how good is this gimbal with cameras. So the payload is 2.5 kilograms, which is normal for a medium-sized gimbal. I used the Nikon ZF with multiple lenses and the X-T5 and they worked great. The auto calibration option works very well and I never needed to make other adjustments. As you can see here, the image is pretty stable and the fact that you can hold the gimbal with both hands adds to that. Of course, you can use the underslung grip to take some low footage. As I said earlier, the joystick is nice to use and it seems the motors on this gimbal are pretty strong and the algorithm helps to create stable footage, even if you walk on cobblestone. Now let's take a look at the running on stairs test. Good results in my opinion. Not only the motors are strong, but it seems also the algorithm does a good job. The footage in the video is me walking normally and fast, no ninja walk. I think if I would do that, the footage would be even more stable. But this is a review, not a showcase. The Scorp 2 also has some features for photographers like time-lapse and panorama, with plenty of secondary options for both. You don't need to use the app necessarily. Yes, this gimbal, like all others, has an app that can be used with it, but having all the options I need on the gimbal, I never use the app. Overall, this is a great medium-sized gimbal that packs plenty of features for any type of use. It is lightweight, the motors are strong, the build quality is very good, it has decent battery life, and the AI tracking can be very helpful and works great. So if you are looking for a medium-sized gimbal full of features, I think you should consider this one over the more popular brands. If this video was helpful, please subscribe and ring the bell to get notified when I upload new videos. And if you want to support the channel even more, use the links in the description at no extra cost to you. See you next time.